You are a traitor? No, I am a traitor. Traitor games played out in Tamil Nadu today with Sasikala and Paneerselvam both accusing each other of having betrayed the trust of the late Jai Jayalalitha. Now, in the midst of all of this, Paneerselvam has gone on the offensive. The number 2 man in the AIADMK, the deputy to Sasikala today, jumped fences. OPS at this time claims he has at the very least 22 MLAs. On the other side, Sasikala claims she's got 130 MLAs and not a single has budged. We have a whole team of reporters tracking the story in Chennai. All of them collaborated to send us this report.
From a quiet, easygoing politician, Paneerselvam has turned into a crafty neta, all ready to fight it out. The caretaker CM has struck at the rival camp with some very calculated moves. A day after being unceremoniously sacked as the party's treasurer, OPS got back at Sasikala. First, he wrote a letter to the Bank of India asking it to not let anyone else operate the party's account without his consent and instructions. Paneerselvam's next attack on Sasikala was even more deadly. He said he will pass a government order to convert Boys Garden into a Jaya Memorial. Amma's iconic home for 35 years, the center of AIADMK politics, is now occupied by Sasikala.
அனைவரும் அவர்களோட தான் இருக்கிறார்கள். அனைவரும் மாண்புமிகு அம்மா அவர்கள் குடியிருந்த அந்த கோயிலான வேதா இல்லத்தில் தான் இருக்கிறார்கள். இது யாருக்கு செய்த துரோகம்?
Paneerselvam then showed in public a letter written by Sasikala after she was removed from the party in 2012. He read out the portion where she apologized and said that she would never enter politics. And that was not the end of Paneerselvam's strategic strikes during the day. He summoned the Chief Secretary and State DGP to seek the transfer of the Chennai Police Commissioner, suspecting that he was acting on Chinnamma's orders.
Paneerselvam has decided that he is going to move from silent mode to a more aggressive one. In the last few days, we have seen Paneerselvam not only being vocal, but also showing who's the boss. And this has not gone down very well amongst Team Sasikala. Cameron Shrimuthi, Rohini Swami in Chennai for India Today.
Okay, I want to go across now to our team of correspondents joining us from across Chennai. We've got T.S. Sudhir joining us at this time. He's the residence of OPS. We've also got Shiv Arur joining us. He's at Boys Garden, and we've got Akshita Nandgopal. She's joining us from the Raj Bhavan in Chennai. And with me in the studio, India's foremost political commentator, Rajdeep Sardesai. I want to go across to Rajdeep first. You've got some breaking news, Rajdeep, on the governor's report to the centre and its contents.
That's right. Remember, Rahul, 5 p.m. today, Governor met Paneerselvam, 7:30 met Sasikala. Meeting lasted about half an hour. We're told around 9 o'clock, the governor has submitted a report officially to the centre and the president, where he reportedly has said, we don't have the exact wording of the report, but he has maintained the situation is fluid. I am still examining the claims and counter claims being made by both sides before I make my next move, and is also making it clear that there is no situation that demands that the assembly be placed under suspended animation or there be president's rule. Interestingly, therefore, it seems that the governor is trying to buy more time, because the general belief is that Monday is now the date when the Supreme Court will pronounce a verdict in Sasikala's disproportionate assets case. But for now, the governor is not willing to call either Sasikala to form a government or ask Paneerselvam to prove his majority on the floor of the assembly.
Thanks so much, Rajdeep. I want to go across now to T.S. Sudhir first. Sudhir, so what is Paneerselvam likely to do next? The deputy to Sasikala switched, jumped sides, joined Paneerselvam, but he still doesn't seem to have too many MLAs. He's claiming he's got at least 22, but Sasikala says she's got 130. So who's really got the numbers, Sudhir?
Well, both of them are not really giving the right number, Rahul, because we do know it for a fact that 7 MLAs at this point in time are with Selvam, which means that the number would be less than 130 as far as Sasikala is concerned. But definitely the numbers of MLAs are with Sasikala. She obviously has the majority in the AIDMK legislature party, which is perhaps why, because it was felt that the momentum was not being gained by Selvam despite 48 hours since his revolt day for yesterday, which is why the presence of Madhusudanan actually gave some kind of an impetus and momentum, because it was felt that okay, now the party leadership is moving towards the Selvam camp. So there are these two, they're actually working on two fronts. They realize that the MLAs cannot come out because they are being held captive at different resorts near Mahabalipuram. So they are working on people in the party, ex-MLAs, ex-MPs, people from the districts who are in control of the party at different levels. And of course the biggest catch of them all, Madhusudanan, who is a veteran party leader. He may not count for much in electoral terms, but in terms of designation as being the Presidium Chairman, he obviously counts for a lot, because the party essentially banks on the Presidium Chairman, the General Secretary and the Treasurer. And the argument is that the General Secretary Jayalalitha is no more, but the Treasurer, that is O. Selvam, and the Presidium Chairman Madhusudanan are with the Selvam camp, and therefore this should be recognized as the real AIDMK. So they are working both on the fact that they need to form the government somehow, but that will wait obviously because the governor is also buying time. But the party also, should it come to a Samajwadi Party kind of a situation, they're also working on to ensure that this is recognized as the real AIDMK.
Okay, Shiv Arur, how much panic is there in the Sasikala camp with the number 2 man gone? Or are they still confident that they'll be able to hold on to most of these 130 MLAs? One of them, I'm told, apparently ran in the middle of a Sasikala meeting because he wanted to join O. Selvam. So this truly is India's biggest political potboiler.
It's hostage politics, in the words of one of the leaders that we actually spoke to from the Selvam camp today, Rahul. And all of those stories going viral both online and offline, especially the one you just described of that man getting off a bus and making a bolt for it towards O. Selvam's camp. The emotions here at Boys Garden, Vedal Nilayam behind me is where Sasikala arrived a short while ago after meeting the governor. Many journalists are already inside right now expecting a press conference by Sasikala, which hasn't happened for over an hour. So it's a little weird because the journalists were summoned inside saying that there would be a press conference. It hasn't taken place so far. We're getting the sense from our correspondents inside, from people close to Sasikala, that she's waiting for some kind of a statement, if it comes at all, from the governor's office, providing any kind of feedback after that 35-minute meeting that she had with him at about 7:30, based on which we've got that breaking news from Rajdeep, which makes it pretty clear that there is not going to be any decision before at least Monday. So the optics have changed a little bit. There was a huge crowd out here just a short while ago. It's completely disappeared. The roads are empty right now, but all of those journalists are inside. So we're waiting to see if Sasikala goes ahead and actually makes a statement or holds that press conference, Rahul.
Okay, Akshita, you're at the Raj Bhavan. What's the buzz in the Raj Bhavan? What did both sides tell the governor when they met him? And what frame of mind is the governor in? Our correspondent Kamlesh Sutar, who was on the flight with the Vidyasagar Rao from Mumbai to Chennai, reports that the governor was apparently going through the disproportionate assets case file of Sasikala. So that's sending out a very strong message by itself. Akshita.
And really, after the news that Rajdeep gave us, it all puts it into context, doesn't it, Rahul? Earlier in the day, the first person to seek an audience with the governor was O. Selvam. He met him. We understand he had a 5-minute one-on-one interaction with him as well. He's raised two issues, and as expected, one of it is about his resignation and why it should be revoked, how he was forced to resign. And secondly was about Sasikala Natarajan's appointment as General Secretary, saying that it doesn't hold, that it is a null and void appointment. After that, nearly 2 hours later, Sasikala Natarajan reached here at the Raj Bhavan at about 7:30 p.m. in the evening. What she had, Rahul, was proof that she can form the next government. Really clearly at this point, she has the numbers on her side, and she proved that to the governor to go ahead and stake claim to form the government. Having said that, she also tried to, clear the air about the allegations that have been put forth against her by Selvam, saying that she did not force him in any way to step down, to
resign from the CM post. So a lot of bickering, a lot of tutu meme from both of them. The governor is in a spot at this point. He's right in the center of this entire pot boiler, as you put it, and it'll come down to him. And I won't be surprised, really, as Rajdeep said, that if we don't expect any sort of decision in the next 3 days, possibly by Monday or Tuesday, we will look at a decision coming in from the governor, because he will want to ensure that whatever decision he takes, there is stability finally in Tamil Nadu.
In the midst of all of this, the 130 MLAs are having a gala time at the Mahabalipuram resort where Ashish is. Ashish, are they tense? Are they partying? Are they living it up? This is a party that's on the house, quite literally, or are they very stressed? Are they confabulating whose side they should stay on?
Rahul, since yesterday we were basically chasing these MLAs, these 130 plus MLAs. Now Sasikala has given a letter of 134 MLAs claiming that these all MLAs are supporting her. But right now we are outside this Golden Bay Resort, and you can see it's completely dead silence here. However, all the political chaos, meeting and celebration and counter claims and claims are going in Chennai. These MLAs are inside this Golden Bay Resort. This resort is very, it has all the luxury. It has its own private beach and like this Golden Bay. It is called as paradise here at Mahabalipuram. So it has all the basic facility as well as luxury. It has sonar system to gym to rain dancing facility to swimming pool to everyone. But right now all those MLAs are inside. Few vehicles are just coming in and out, going in and out from this resort. And like you can see, this is a leader. This is a vehicle of one AIADMK leader. He has just come out from that resort, and now he is moving. Perhaps he is moving toward Chennai city.
All right.
But
I don't
yes,
know how much of
what
the
our sources
rain
are
dance
telling
they'll be able to enjoy just yet. I'm going to leave it over there for the time being. T.S. Sudhir, Ashish, Shivaru, Rakshita Gopal for joining us on the newsroom. Thank you so much. All kinds of dances. These, I don't think they'll be doing much of a rain dance. But who knows? It's all surreal. So who knows what's happening there. AIADMK strongmen warding off journalists about half a kilometer away from the resort. So let's now shift our attention to Poise Garden, which can pretty much be renamed Force Garden, because you've got now a situation where O. Selvam, who still thinks he's Chief Minister, in a technical sense he is, but he's not, because he's resigned, but he's caretaker, and he now wants to declare Poise Garden a memorial for Jayalalitha. Remember, this is where Sasikala stays. So essentially he says he wants to evict Sasikala from Poise Garden. Here's the story.
A sprawling mansion.
அக்காவுக்கு பிடிக்காதவர்கள் யாரெல்லாம் இருக்கின்றார்களோ அவர்கள் இன்றைக்கு அனைவரும் அவர் கூட தான் இருக்கிறார்கள். அனைவரும் மாண்புமிகு அம்மா அவர்கள் குடியிருந்த அந்த கோயிலான வேதா இல்லத்தில் தான் இருக்கிறார்கள். இது யாருக்கு செய்த துரோகம்?
Number of people who are coming out and screaming slogans against O. Selvam.
Selvam's announcement led to massive protest from Sasikala's supporters.
He is a political scoundrel, Selvam. He is a cheated fellow.
Sasikala's claim to Poise Garden may not withstand legal scrutiny if it comes to a situation that the matter is taken to court.
If there is no will, the property will go to the kith and kin of the deceased. If there is no will, Sasikala cannot claim any property of the deceased.
India Today is the only channel to have had access to the iconic house. Footage captured during a raid in 1997. Jayalalitha bought the house in 1967 and named it after her mother, Vedavalli. It is officially valued around rupees 50 crores. But that is not why Selvam and Sasikala are fighting over it. The tussle is for Jayalalitha's legacy, an attempt by both leaders to prove their proximity to Jaya and project themselves as the rightful heir. With Akshay Nath in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, Paneerselvam for the longest time has had this image of being this very subservient leader who'd just lie down prostrate before Jayalalitha. He did that even before Sasikala, as recently as the India Today conclave in Chennai. Suddenly, he seems to have acquired a whole different image, and there are lots of memes that are now coming out which show Paneerselvam in rather good light. Some of them even comparing him with the superstar Rajnikant, and they're all going viral. So this is not just serious politicking. Let's just sit back just for a moment and have some fun.
For a man best known so far for prostrating himself before Jayalalitha at the first opportunity. Best known for weeping when taking oath to the most powerful office in a state, it was hardly surprising when Paneerselvam voluntarily vacated the Chief Minister's office for the third time. This time for Sasikala, inspiring some cheeky memes. The lack of any real power was a thread that ran through them all. The online jokes underlined the temporariness of OPS's stay in office. But the man had a shock in store for all the smart Alecs. All it required was half an hour of meditation at Amma's memorial and a friendly tete-a-tete with her spirit, and from the shell of the reticent OPS emerged a Basha, a superhero who may have fooled some with his meek demeanor, but was a man of steel underneath. Clearly a turnaround that had Chinnamma gobsmacked. The poetic license aside, for now at least, OPS certainly seems to have emerged a winner in the battle of the memes. Your turn, Sasikala. Bureau Report, India Today.
Last night we had Kamal Hassan with us. Tonight we've got Gautami joining us on the show live from Chennai. Welcome, ma'am. I want to start by asking you about your thoughts on this big political potboiler unfolding on a moment-by-moment basis in Chennai. What do you think explains the kind of support Paneerselvam is receiving?
I have been very definitively and vociferous in my support of Mr. Paneerselvam as Chief Minister, or needing to continue to be the Chief Minister of the state of Tamil Nadu.
Sasikala, it seems though, still seems to have the large majority of MLAs backing her.
No, Mr. Rajdeep, I'm sorry. With all due respect, I beg to differ. This is not, and it should not be about a number of MLAs who are supporting any party. It should be about the person who is best qualified to fulfill the requirements of that job and to fulfill the promises made to the people, promises on which the people have elected all these individual MLAs to form a government to serve the people.
Thanks for joining us. We're slipping into a break. We'll have a lot more for you on the other side.